What's up, guys? So, we're back again, the second day in a row. Um, and I just want to end the year out with something involved in sports. So, we're going to move from fantasy football and go over to some fantasy basketball. So, probably won't be as updated with this one as we were with fantasy football. I know we kind of tailed off at the end there, but we're going to try and maintain at least look at it. I think there's about 16 weeks in the NBA ESPN fantasy season. So I think I'm gonna try and do one every month. So probably have another video in January, then February, then March, and then at the end in April, and then obviously at the end of the playoffs, just to see how we did it. So I'm with everyone. It's only 8 guys this time. Let's take a look at it. But all the guys who were involved in fantasy football decided to join the league with me. Same commissioner. Um, so yeah, let's just take a look at how our draft went and how the teams are shaping up after about a week and a half of the NBA season starting up. So if we just pull up right here, let's just take a look at the league and look at the draft. So if we go to the draft recap, let's take a frame by frame look at what happened in the draft. So 8 teams, like I mentioned. We had a snake draft like people usually do. As you can see in round one, this is where you get your big stars. The first 3 picks were actually front court players. You had Giannis, Jokic. I took AD. I think that was a steal on my end, just because of the amount of guards you can get and how valuable power forwards and centers can be at the beginning. I took AD. You can see, I think Lillard's a bad pick to take there. James Harden, I mean, he puts up numbers. Cat's a good pick, picking a center that early, and then obviously you can't go wrong with LBJ. So I'd say that the best pick in this section would probably have to be Nikola Jokic and Anthony Davis getting taken. And then I'd say some weaker picks would probably be a Damian Lillard, taking Damian Lillard this high early in the draft. If we look at round two, we can see that the Goop to Train took Steph Curry. He's obviously got to do a lot more with what's-his-face being out. Klay Thompson, Draymond's not back. Wiseman is young. And then you can see other people. I really want to take Jason Tatum. He's probably my third favorite player after the guy I took in Russell Westbrook. Triple-double machine, great for fantasy. I had to take Russell Westbrook. I was glad he was there for me to take. And if you look at round two, I'd say that the big people who did well here would probably have to be taking Russell Westbrook. Is a key steal here, taken in late second round. Jason Tatum's a steal here as well, being able to take him this late. Some of the picks I don't really like. Steph Curry, I feel like not too good to take there. Ben Simmons either. Jimmy Butler, I don't know if he's going to be as good as he was in the playoffs. Trae Young's not a bad pick. If we look at round three, I was hoping my boy Shea Gillis on the Thunder, my favorite team, would drop to me, but unfortunately he was not able to drop. And then Kawhi got taken. I was able to make out with Kyrie, a player I really do not like that much, but for fantasy purposes I had to take. And then you can see the other people. You got Joel Embiid. I think that's the commissioner. He's a Sixers fan, so I think you got Embiid, Simmons, and then if Harden gets traded there, we don't know what will happen with that. But I really do like taking Gillis, Alexander, and Leonard here. Kyrie's probably a weaker pick. Siakam's a weaker pick. I really do like Bradley Beal here and Embiid here. And then Paul George, I don't like too much. Think he probably could have been taken later. Donovan Mitchell, another player in round 4 who I also really like. He dropped to round 4. Actually, right about where he should have been. Zion. We had Jamal Murray. I took Jamal Murray. And then we had, looks like Brandon Ingram. I think if you look at it here, I'd say Brandon Ingram and Ja Morant drop in late 4th round are 2 guys who are going to put up hella numbers. Same with Bam. I think Rudy Gobert is a good pickup as well as Zion. So I'd really say the guards here being taken would probably be the weaker section of the round 4 part. And then we got round 5. We still have some pretty good, decent players here. Chris Middleton's been very good this year. Vucevic is also a guy who can put up numbers. I don't know how well Harris is going to be. Deloading, man. D'Angelo Russell, 3 God. He's always doing his thing. And as you can see, I think De'Aaron Fox, Nurkic, maybe a little bit weaker picks. 8 and I don't like too much. And then let's take a look at round 6. We got Sabonis has been good. Kelly Oubre is not good. Chris Paul, I don't know. Kristaps is hurt. Keeping him on my bench till he comes back. I don't know if it'll be a good pickup. McCollum's also a very good pickup, and Van Fleet. I'm not sure how Van Fleet's gonna fare. But yeah, so those are the first 6 rounds. I'm not gonna bore you with the rest of it. So as we can see, what the teams look like. So the top front of the teams here. You'd have to say with what we have here with James Harden, Ben Simmons, Embiid, like I said, this guy's a Sixers fan. Williams, Russell, Oubre, Covington, Aldridge, Mitchell, Robinson. So it has a good cast of players here that can do some things for him. And it looks like a team that can do well in our fantasy lineups. And then here, Slim Jimmer, Akupo's All-Stars. Obviously, Tentacumpo was his top pick. Shea Gillis, a good pick. Brandon Ingram, a good pick. McCollum puts up numbers. Levine, Porter Jr. He's already dropped LaMelo Ball because I don't think he's as good as Paul as we thought he was. Kobe White, I think could be a steal. James Wiseman's also could be a steal. So I'm liking his team, liking the makeup of his team. Goop to train, got LeBron James, D. Mitch, De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, Gordon Hayward, man. Gordon Hayward coming back from that injury. He's on the Hornets now, putting up numbers, dude. I think Gordon Hayward's going to have an all-star caliber year. That is a good pick in the 8th round. Al Horford a little weak down there, even though he's on the Thunder, man. And yeah, so those 3 teams looking not too bad. Probably the worst team put together. After Nikola Jokic, you got Jimmy Butler, who I don't know. Kawhi's going to be taking every other game off. John Morant just got hurt. This guy loves drafting hurt players. DeMar DeRozan ain't that good. Fred VanVleet, he's asking for power forwards because John Collins is the best thing he got. This team is probably the weakest team in the league. Karis LeVert at 9 is not a bad pick. Eric Bledsoe, not too good. Miles Bridges probably still down there. And then D. Robinson, with his 3 balls. That's all he does. Big dumpers, back off his fantasy win. I don't think he's going to get a fantasy win in basketball, though, because Lillard is a terrible first pick. Just not a really good fantasy player, not a really good player in general, not a really good rapper. Yeah. Jason Tatum, though, I like a lot. Bradley Beal, I like a lot. Gobert, I like a lot. Then after that, Harris, Paul, Adams, I do not like too much. And then as you round it out with some of these guys, Dante DiVincenzo, I don't think he has too good of a team looking for him. But over here, you can see probably the best team ever to be assembled in fantasy history in an 8-team league. Just Anthony Davis puts up numbers. Westbrook a triple-double machine. Kyrie's meshing with KD. Jamal Murray's a star of the show over there. Chris Middleton, 3-point god. Kristaps will be back, 3-point god. Oladipo, Jaylen Brown, efficient defensive numbers he puts up. Kemba Walker will be back putting up numbers. Blake Griffin, the best player on Detroit. Jaren Jackson Jr. I dropped. Obi Toppin's hurt. And Tim Hardaway Jr. So this team's looking very formidable. Doncic, Siakam, Adebayo, Warren, Brogdon, Randall, Lonzo. This team's okay. I really like Vucevic, and Julius Randle, and Doncic, obviously, and then Booker, Siakam, Warren, Brogdon, Lonzo, Dennis Schroeder, Bogdan, Brook Lopez. I'm not liking too much. Probably one of the weaker teams in the league. Then we rounded out with Team Garfinkel. Had an unfortunate loss in fantasy, but he's back to make some come back for some revenge. And he's got a good looking top 2nd round pick. Cat is okay. PG-13 ain't that good. Drew Holiday is whatever. Nurkic, whatever. Not really liking his team, to be honest. Probably one of the weaker teams in the league. So yeah, that's how you have it right now. So if we go and look at just go look at what's transpired. As you can see right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's been tough all around for me so far. It's only 1 weekend, 16-week season. at the end of this, I'll be at the top where Spicy Boys is, and I will take this ship. But yeah. So that's what we got. I'll update you guys that in sometime probably late January after week 4 or 5. And see where everything's shaping up after this season. So yeah, guys, thanks for joining. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. We'll be having a lot more stuff as it pertains to sports, politics, and just some fun stuff I'm doing with the boys. So yeah, thank you guys.